Hello, and a very good evening to you all. It's Professor Shadow here from the Professor Shadow channel. And thank you so much for joining me this evening, this Sunday evening. We're on episode number 32 of Sunday Night in the Shadows with me, the Professor, where we're going to go over comments, we're going to go over videos that are coming out and answer any questions, and maybe, just maybe, we'll craft our own story to share within the shadows. And one of my favorite things to do, the first thing I need to do is make sure I am actually going live. Just bear with me just a second and I will see if I am live. Let me know if you're on and if you can see me. This would be amazing. I'll just check real quick. Hello. Oh, Shelley, how are you still in the hospital? I do hope you're doing much better, Shelley, and hope we can speak to you from home very soon. There. Okay, good. I am live. Yes, I can see myself. So, the first thing I like to do, my new tradition, the comments section. I love to go over the comments. Some of them I have seen, some of them I haven't. So bear with me while I go over them. Daniel, part one was great. Thank you, my friend, for looking at that. Shelley, still in the hospital. Like I say, I do hope you're feeling so much better, Shelley. Well, my old nemesis, Professor Shadow, my nemesis out there. This week I didn't get the evil laugh. Maybe I'm winning somehow. Professor Shadow, the goat is back. Thank you, my friend. John is on. Good evening, John. Just going over the comments as per usual. Yes, the trailer dropped today. One of my favorites, absolutely. Kathy, nice. She is gorgeous. She is. Vampire crush. I think we all have a crush. Vampire, Sarana. The monsters are there. For some reason, my screen seems a bit blurry. Maybe my eyes are getting worse. I need to start putting my glasses on. Well played, Professor. Thank you, my friend. Alison Shaw. How is it so many views, yet not many likes or comments? What are people doing? Is that Faye O'Brien? Well, thank you, Faye. Thank you for your comment and for your like. I do appreciate that very, very much. I do appreciate it. Stories are magnificent. Your voice and inflection are perfect. This horror venue, thank you for your time and energy. You are more than welcome, my friend. Faye again. You are more than welcome. Great job, fantastic narration as always. Thanks from Omaha, Nebraska. We have James Barnard. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Had to listen to the whole take. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes, this is like I always do. Kathy, I always put the three, when I've done a story of three, I put them all together so that I can put them out in one go. Some people like to have the big long story so they can just listen to the whole thing. Sorry for the confusion. Awesome. Do an incubus. A male succubus. That'd be interesting. Amazing. Thank you, my friend. What's that? We had Distinguished Gentleman or Gent and Prince Bloodgrave. Thank you, my friends. Excellent work. Thank you. Terry Marchand. I like that. Yes, I put Eldridge in there, of course. We had to try and connect everything. As usual, we're trying to make everything connect. Great story over to here. Yes. I'm sure we'll hear more. Still in the hospital, Shelley? Yes. Very nice. Kevin. Thank you, my friend. Need more. I need to put I checked my distribution figures. The amount of videos I put hardly anything out this month because I've just been so busy. But when things calm down, I mean, it's life, it's ups and downs. When it calms down, I'll definitely put some more out. We've got Keith. Look forward to the next one. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Oh, thank you, Keith. Appreciate that. Recently found I love your content. The Watch. Thank you for watching, The Watchers. My best on YouTube. Love the stories. Thank you, my friend. Who we got there? James Music. We're dealing with tornadoes. News. Nice. I know. I hope. Who's that? Dana Berry. Yeah, I hope you're all safe up there. I dated a beautiful goth rock babe from Birmingham. God, I miss her and her wonderful cats. No joke. Reinhard von Holst. So, yes, nice. John. As long as you're looking for a quick death, then you're exactly the type of person they would prey on. Nice. All right, I think we sort of caught up. Good. I do like it. Oh, not yet. Almost. I clicked end stream. Good job I didn't click yes. Stop sharing was what I wanted. So. Glad you're getting better. Yep. Slow. Serrano looked especially gorgeous in the trailer. Absolutely, yes. Slow and steady, so true. Millions of Americans are uninsured. That's what they will cost them $200,000 to $500,000. My goodness. It'll work out. It's too hard to type. Main thing is you're alive. Should be good, and you're well. Hopefully getting better. On the mend. I do hope you're on the mend. The only way is up. So they say. So, after the comments, thank you all. Let's have a look and see what videos we've put out. And yeah, hopefully you've had a chance to check out the trailer for the new story, which is all narrated, just needs to be edited. So a little bit busy tomorrow, but have a little bit of time. I do a little bit tomorrow. I'm working on Tuesday, Wednesday. Really interesting story. It's all narrated. It's all done. It's all done. I can literally, if you didn't want any graphics at all, any images, you could have the story, but I don't want to put it out like that. Of course, I put the free part out, and yeah, I put this one out 3 days ago. So one main story, the 3 combination story, and a trailer this week. Not as much as usual because of how busy I am. But I did get a new lamp. I did get a new lamp here. Look at that. That is amazing. So that brightens up the room. And Crystal is on. Hello, Crystal. Thank you for all the amazing stories. So I haven't had a chance to do anything. I'm just so crazy busy right now. But as soon as things calm down, I think I've got an entire storybook sent from Crystal with so many different tales. But we will get on those at some point when things calm down just a little bit. And Yes. Did anyone have a chance to watch my recommendation movies last week? I don't know if you did. The Mystery in the Wax Museum and House of Wax. I do have a couple now. I have second ghost story that goes with first one. Okay. As soon as, look at this when I turn the screen on. As soon as things calm down, I will get them out. I'm sure we got enough room to make I'm sure we got enough stories to make probably a six-part tale. Be interesting. So let me know if you had an opportunity to watch. There's a recommendation I've got. I cannot say the word, so. I'm just looking something up. Yeah, I can't find out if there. I'll have to talk while I type and try and find this recommendation. It's a really weird title, but I need to give you this recommendation for a movie to watch, and it is on YouTube. Aha! Found it. Good. And it's definitely on YouTube. I want to share this one with you because it's a great film, a movie if you haven't watched it yet. And the full movie, I think. I watched the full movie. Yes. So let me share this with you. Come on, I want to give you a quick recommendation for a movie to watch this. You're a little bit bored, thinking, what can I watch? So I want to share this one. Mr. Sardonicus. If you haven't watched this one yet, you need to go ahead and watch it. Mr. Sardonicus is a really good story. Hopefully you know who that is. And yeah, the whole movie is on YouTube. So give that a watch. Give that a watch. It's amazing. If you haven't watched it, and there's that. It's my first recommendation. I'm going to save my second recommendation for a little bit later. But right now, Mr. I really struggle to say that. Sardonicus. Mr. Sardonicus. Give that a watch. It's free on there. I have another one. But the second one, I'm not sure is on free on YouTube. This one definitely is. Give that a look. Find it up. Log it on YouTube. Watch it later. So good. Let's get the next one ready. And I can let you know if it's actually on YouTube to watch. I don't think it is. I think you have to go to Amazon or something to watch it. Yes. You will need to go to Amazon to watch the next one. Or wherever you stream from. I'll give you that in just a little bit. So, as you saw, I put out the Betrayal of Sorana trailer. I got the trailer ready. I've done the narration, and I just need to put the hard part, which is the editing, to put the images and the videos and the sounds all together, which is the bit that takes the longest part. And hopefully we'll see that during the week. So look out for that one. Don't forget to watch it. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. It's like the movie description. It sounds really good. It kind of reminds me of Dragon Mr. Sardonicus. Yes, it's really good. It's so good. It's like I watched this movie maybe a couple of years ago. You see, the thing is, there's an image in the movie of the man. He's got his mouth all sewn together, and I don't give too much away. It's such a great, and I saw that movie. I have this old horror book when I was a kid, and I looked in there, and I remember seeing that movie, but I never knew which movie it was from. And then I saw this. I'm talking rubbish. I'm talking absolute rubbish. I'm talking about the next one. I'm talking about the next one. Do apologize. I'm talking absolute. Let's just disregard those last 3 minutes. Go back in time, rewind, and come forward. And then we're going to go, Mr. Sardonicus. I never knew about this one when I never even saw this in my horror book. And, scrolling through YouTube and various other places, I found Mr. Sardonicus and watched it. It was such a great movie. So good because of what the effect is. I'd definitely give that a look. So now I've spoiled the entire thing. Let's share my second. I don't know. Spoil everything. Let's give the next one out. Why are we even waiting? So this one is the second one. I'm going to share this. It's the 4 Skulls of Jonathan Drake. So this one, I'm going to find the image if I can find. Here, this image. So, sorry, this image. So this is an image that was in a old horror movie book, and there was a picture of this face, and I always wondered, what was it? What was that? I didn't know what that was supposed to be on his mouth in the image, and then a couple of years ago, I found the movie. I was scrolling through and found this movie, and I was like, I really want to watch that. This 4 Skulls of Jonathan Drake is amazing. His mouth is actually sewn up. That's what it is. It's amazing. It's so good. It's got everything in it. So even though it's 1959, it has so much in there. It is such a great watch. The 2 movies, you've got to watch these. What's the title of the book you have that talks about classic horror movies? I may just have it. Bookshelf here. This is the one. Horror movies. It's a very old book. I won't be able to find a picture in there, but that picture is in here. And this is not the one I had as a kid. The one I had as a kid was destroyed. I rebought this one a few years back. But that image, and I always wonder what the movie was, and it's 4 Skulls of Jonathan Drake, and you must watch it. You have to, if you are a horror fan, you have to watch it. It's got everything in it. You have to watch this. I watched it a couple of years back, and I was, my goodness, why haven't I seen this one before? It's so good. Highly, highly recommended. So you have 2 great movies this week. Give them a look and let me know what you think next week. Amazing films, amazing. So give those a look. If you're looking for something to watch, grab those 2 recommendations by yours truly, and I do hope you enjoy them. So, we are. I don't know why, but Sunday is getting very quiet. A lot of people are not showing up on Sundays. Must be, people are just getting busy. Just getting busy on a Sunday evening. The other thing I noticed about YouTube, if you don't consistently put out content, your numbers will go down. Maybe that's what it is, and people are just not seeing the feed or something like that. Just when you don't have time, because this is not my full-time thing, this is my hobby. So when you don't have time to like at this moment in my life is a very, very busy time, so I don't have the time to focus on this area. I do bits as much as I can because this is my release. This is where I come for my downtime, and enjoy creating. Like I wrote the Betrayal of Sorana over the last few days, and that was a release for me. That was a great way to just, the whole week has been just so incredibly busy, and it was just a great release. If you could start horror, if you could star in a horror classic, which one would it be? I don't think I'd be a very good actor, to be honest with you. I'm more, I like to watch them and get engrossed in that and maybe have a say in the direction of it, star in it. I don't know. I'm not sure. How about you guys? Which movies would you like to star in? Star, not star. Yeah, I got that. I don't know. Maybe one of the old Amicus movies, as long as it's the one when I'm on the end, and the Survivor one. You notice that about many of those like anthology type things? I try and follow the same routine. The first people always end up meeting their end, but a lot of the time the last person, not always, but sometimes the last person, he managed to escape in some way. It'd be interesting to meet a vampire in public. A real one? What if he's hungry, or she? What if they're hungry? It's probably not a very good idea to meet them in an evening, at night. Unless they're fully fed and they're not looking for a meal. It would be fascinating, wouldn't it? Good evening. I love that. I know. It's amazing. They pass on me. I'll offer them John in here. Poor John. You will need to be the sacrifice. I mean, it is true that obviously many of us, there's, I watched the other week, was it this week or last week? I was watching something about how people want, I spoke about it before, how people want the power of like being a werewolf, a vampire, or have some type of power that no one else has. That is the allure, to be able to have that power, but it comes at a terrible cost. I mean, in reality, the vampire is really a dark spirit taking over the body, and they have their ups and downs as well, I'm sure. A werewolf, though they can be portrayed as having control. One of my favorite films with werewolves in is The Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr., and he has no control. In fact, it's a curse, and he hates it. So, would you really want that power? I remember when I was a young boy watching the movies, I always wanted to be the werewolf. Always. I don't know why. Yes, if you could find one that was like Eldridge, for example, who didn't want to eat you, but could pass on knowledge for you. That would be an interesting one to have a conversation with. If you could talk to them and find out history, real history, as it took place, that would be an interesting conversation. I actually did a story once. I did a story about a woman who met a vampire who helped her. That was an interesting one. I said never poor. No, because they've got so long to live. Just think of the savings. Just think of the percentage of savings on their account. It'd be amazing. Think of their ISA account. That'd be so great. The accumulation of percentage of money over the years, the compound effect over like 500 years. That'd be great. And not only that, all you'd need to do to ensure wealth is understand, I'm sure which they would, and put certain things by. So for example, if you would have I don't know when it's made, but the like a Superman comic, for example, if I was a vampire and lived for hundreds of years, I could just say, okay, here's a new thing, I'll buy that and put it in storage, and then when the time come around, after a couple of hundred years, I could sell it. And it'd make an absolute fortune. A vampire has to work in retail to survive, work the night shift. Yeah, very bad with money, consistently in debt. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind, and I don't think they would pay the debt. They would just rack up the credit and wouldn't. I mean, who's going to come and argue with them to take back the goods? I don't think anyone will do that. It'd be an interesting dilemma. I drink people's blood, but the problem is I can never keep my finances right. Yeah, a beggar vampire. They wouldn't need to be, though, would they? Wouldn't. There's a school of philosophy, and it says, if you were immortal, for example, and lived forever, you would probably have no desires. I can't remember everything off it, but it made pretty good sense that if you were immortal, you had no end of time, then your desires would be very few. Very few. Why would you need anything? You just don't need it. You're immortal. Nothing. Maybe blood. Investment. The humans go for help. The blood bank. A vampire could start his own blood bank. There's a new blood bank opened. A mysterious man runs it, but the blood never goes anywhere. That would be very interesting. So, yes, people come in. Yeah. So don't forget, if you come on and watch me, whether you're live or you watch the replay, don't forget to give me a heads up where you're from, where you're watching from. Make sure to make a comment in the comment section so I know where you're from. I want to engage with as many people as I can, so I know who I'm telling my stories to, and hopefully that's you. So please don't forget, drop a comment, whether it's here or in the replay, so I do know where you're watching from. How to handle humans, how to handle the cattle, the feed. I don't think they'd be too bothered about humans. They would only see them as food in reality. Maitland, Missouri here. Well, I'm over here. We're dark here. Now that the winter has pulled in, here in the United Kingdom, in East Anglia, there's a place called Norwich, and that's where I'm from. And it's starting to get very cold and dark, and getting very. I don't actually like the cold and dark, even with the name of Professor Shadow. I like the sun because it casts shadows. But it's getting very cold here. We're nice and warm here, of course. I'm not that far from you. Dallas, Texas. So, as we're from different states, of course, different countries, different parts of the world, maybe, do we have any like urban legends from your location? I don't think. For us, I mean, literally down the road from me, maybe a 10-minute, 20-minute drive, is the home of Anne Boleyn, one of Henry VIII's wives that was beheaded. And supposedly it's a haunted place. We have the Black Shuck, which is like a large dog in scene. Sure, we have much else. We don't have much else here. The ghost stories. Well, that's pretty much it. Not too much. Black Shuck is the one. And ghosts, ghost stories. Specifically, when we go over to a place called Fakenham, and there's the hall of Anne Boleyn. Let me just find out what it's called. Anne Boleyn, am I right? Or am I thinking maybe I've got someone else? Am I once again talking? Says Anne Boleyn was Kent. Who do we have then? I'm sure it was Anne Boleyn. Blicklin Hall, yes, that's right. Thought to have been home in Norfolk, thought to have been Blicklin Hall. And supposedly she still walks the grounds of Blicklin Hall. But no vampire stories, no vampire legends, no werewolf legends. Well, maybe Black Shuck, the giant black dog, sort of werewolf type creature. And Kathy is on. Hello, Kathy. Good evening to you. Good evening. I was literally talking about urban legends from states or locations around the world, and I was simply saying, like, here in East Anglia, we have like the Black Shuck, which is like a giant black dog, so maybe a werewolf. And we also have many ghost stories here in East Anglia, of course. In particular, the Blicklin Hall of where Anne Boleyn supposedly resided, and supposedly still walks around. Bigfoot. Okay. Where are we for Bigfoot? Where's your location again, Kathy? Sorry. Sorry, I've been sick. A lot of people being ill, haven't they? Ohio, okay. Bigfoot. Well, there's two. Anyone else have another one? Ohio has Bigfoot. Michigan and Dogman. Ghosts and cemeteries. All right, nice. Ghosts and cemeteries. Do you think that would be right? Ghosts and cemeteries, because the person didn't die in the cemetery, did they? It was like they died at their location. So do they haunt the location, or do they travel with their body and stay and haunt the place of the last place of their body? We don't know. We need to ask them. Let's go ask them. Do you know what's in Texas? Chupacabra, surely. Let's put it up. Yes, ghost. Mothman. I keep seeing Mothman things come up on my I'm scrolling through. I always wondered that. I always wondered about that. If you see the film, the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, and he gets like hit by does he get shot? Someone gets hit by a car, or he gets shot, and he runs off from his body, doesn't follow his body around. I don't think so anyway. But he like moves around. He's not really at the cemetery. Because if I was a ghost, I wouldn't want to stay at the cemetery. I'd go somewhere nice, maybe the beach. Or, if I didn't like somebody, then you could really go and make their life a misery, of course. We have another hall here in East Anglia in the UK. I can't remember what it's called. I'm racking my brain right now to try and think of it. East Anglia. It was on Most Haunted. If any of you ever got that, I'm not sure anyone watched that. Vampire Towers. The devil. I did go to, I don't know if everyone's heard of the Borley Rectory. Supposedly the most haunted house ever. I did go there one night. And when I was much younger. And walked around the grounds. The rectory wasn't there, but there was the old church. It had Nuns Walk, where supposedly the nun walked. It could be seen walking backwards and forwards. I went there maybe 20 years ago, a long time ago, maybe much longer, 30 years ago, with a group of friends, just to have a look around. We didn't actually see anything or witness anything, but it was It's definitely an eerie place. An eerie place. So yeah, so we did do the Borley Rectory. Is that in East Anglia? Yes, so that's that was close to me. It was like a couple of hours drive. What else do we have? There's a hall, and I cannot for the life of me think what it's called. Must find it. It's not Blickling Hall, because that was Anne Boleyn. Then we have the other one, which is the one with one of the most famous ghost. The most famous ghost picture. Let me see if I can get that up. Yes, then we have that, because that's over in Fakenham, I think, near Fakenham. Let's see if we can get the image up. So it's one of the most famous ghost photographs taken. What are the odds? We can't find it. It's so famous, we can find nothing. Oh dear. I'm going to try and find it while we talk. Let's see if I can get that image. Good. I got it. It's not a very good picture. Let me share it with you. So this one of the most famous ghost photographs that cannot be debunked, ever taken, was taken in Rainham Hall, which is about a 30-minute drive away from where I am. I actually took this idea of this ghost and put it in one of my stories. I created an idea. I sort of used the idea to create a tale about a ghost. I'll find it for you. If you haven't watched it, maybe you can give that a look. I'll just find it for you. It was a long time ago. It should be haunted. This most elderly moved there to live because of the weather. Yeah, that would be okay, I think. I certainly would. I wouldn't want to walk around a damp, dark cemetery. I'd rather be on a nice beach. Yeah, it's called the Brown Lady. It's one of the most famous ghost photos. Just trying to find that one I did, which I based on the Brown Lady. Yes. Yeah, let me get it up. It's when I started using AI to introduce everything, and let me get it up for you in case you haven't seen it. Maybe we'll watch it. It's this one.
Graphs of all time.
And this is the Blue Lady. So here's the thumbnail.
Had undergone rigorous scrutiny, but had never
If you
been
haven't watched that one, that is based.
Spectral beauty
I based that
the
around
frame had both intrigued
Brown Lady
and haunted
legend
those who dared
here,
gaze upon it.
So close to me.
Mark hated histories of his discovery, eager to share his find.
I could always give that one a look. I really like on this one. I really like this is before I had the AI animation. So I had but I really like this.
In Hall, The
By the
image
way I
of the
did
blue
this
lady
was really good. It
had
almost looked like
undergone rigorous
a
scrutiny
photo
that had never
or a
been
video
debunked
camera
as
taking
fake.
something.
The spectral beauty,
And
but he had
these
captured
images were so
something
great. I love these images so
extraordinary.
much. So if you
Excitement
haven't watched that one yet,
beam had unfolded the night before, founded
you
the blue.
need to watch that. It's a good
The
story.
love he felt.
Has a nice twist in the end as well. Of course. Famous 27 Club in Hollywood and haunted houses in California. I mean, here in England, the United Kingdom, we're a very old country. So we have lots of old stories going back many years. We even have like people that see Roman soldiers moving through houses as ghostly visage. So obviously that's going back quite some time. But everywhere here is old. Everything is old. So unfortunately, I live in a fairly new house, new build house, so it's great. But when you go somewhere, like I don't really go to London anymore, but if we go to the city, everything looks old. It looks old. And of course, when I go to United States, everything looks new. So it's great. I was there in, as you know, I was there in August. I was there in January. Looks like I'm back in February, and I'm back there in May. But unfortunately, it's for work, not for pleasure. Civil War ghosts, yeah, I should think so. The amount of people that died. Anywhere we have a mass people dying, specifically in horrific ways. And I truly believe that is going to lead to something. That's not normal. That's not normal for the human to do that. So whether it's residual or something. Isn't there that video? Has anyone seen that video? Where these people are driving at night and they see the Civil War soldiers. There's a video. Got to lay down. Medicine's kicking in. To next time, take care, Shelley. All the best. All our wishes are with you. Please rest and get as well as possible. We are thinking of you and hope and give you all our best and hope to see you strong very soon. Yes, there is that video. Civil War Ghosts. I may have just found it as well. In Gettysburg. The country was like the great grandparents who are still alive. So yes, I have a great story. Talking of great grandparents, it wasn't my grandparent. It was someone I knew. Their grandparents were still alive. And we went, this is when I was about 15, 16, and we went up to London. We walked around London and was doing like a Jack the Ripper trail type thing. We were going to the scenes of Jack the Ripper. And we came back, we spoke about it, and this person was alive as a child at the time of Jack the Ripper. So that was like, they were like 80. Must have been. So this was a while back. And she told us, she said, yeah, we remember saying, because in London there's all underground passages, that the wire didn't get caught because it would just go into the tunnels and couldn't be seen. So that was her opinion of what they said. But she was alive. She said she remembers it. So that was her credit. Well, she's not with us anymore, but she remembered it. That's crazy. To speak to someone, that's crazy. Very good. Yeah, let me share that video of you. So this is the one I was on about. So you can see that this is Gettysburg Field, and there's a couple of cannons there, obviously memorials, but you can see these like things, images. It's crazy. Imagine that. Imagine filming. I don't think you see anything here. This was just the beginning. It's definitely in the beginning, wasn't it? It's like when they come up. And you see here, look, these images, look. People. That's crazy. You would be very, very freaked out by that. You'd be very freaked out if you saw that. Was he a doctor? Someone of importance society? They didn't find him. No one really knows. That's the air of mystery, and I believe why it is alive. I mean, it has the ingredients of everything, doesn't it? You know, the foggy streets of London. The killer could be, who could it be? No one knows who he is. So, you know, people can say, oh, conjecture. We can say it was this person or that person. But no one really knows. No one really knows. You can't say it was this person with 100% fact. And that's the air of mystery. And all those things add up to create the ultimate mystery, which is Jack the Ripper. And the name, of course, Jack the Ripper. I mean, that's the foggy streets of London. Maybe someone with the top hat and the cloak running through the fog. That's the air of mysteries. It's like the everything. Everything is in that. But no, I don't know unless they dig up something, some definitive proof. What could you? What? Even if they found it now, how would they even know that it's true? Because there wasn't really, you know. Oh, I found a video camera. You know, the images had to be taken on these big cameras, and you know, it's very hard to take images. Oh, I just took this picture of someone running down the street. I think it's Jack the Ripper. It was impossible. So there was no evidence. It was just, and they didn't have forensics, they didn't have anything. So you know, it was just a mystery. Who was it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But whoever it was wasn't a very nice person, and sometimes it can be little bit glorified for what they did. But they did kill people, and although the mystery is there, you know, they're glorified for the murder. They live in infamy because they did evil. How long did it last? What, the Jack the Ripper murders or the video of the ghosts at Gettysburg? I believe the first one was the 31st of August, the first known one. What they say is the definitive first killing of Jack the Ripper was August the 31st. And the last one, which is, we'll find out, it wasn't long. Mary Jane Kelly, November. So August to November, August the 31st to November the 9th. So literally over the space of 2 months. It wasn't long at all. There was murders before, which some people say that this is the work of the man getting started, and they found victims after, which could be similar. But these, they say, are that there's 5, isn't there? The main 5. There could be more. You could argue for the first one, I think, but definitely 5, maybe 6 victims. And then that's the funny thing, isn't it? And that's why it's so mysterious, is after Mary Jane Kelly was killed, it ended. And there was nothing to say why, or they've arrested somebody. When there's reports of they arrested the guy, I can't remember his name, and he went to a mental asylum. Colney Hatch, I believe, was a mental asylum, and they put him here. And they say, oh, there's another a Montague Druitt who drowned himself. Some people think it was him because he drowned himself. That's why it stopped. That doesn't really. I don't think the evidence leans towards that person that much. If you know them personally, I wonder if you know them personally. You don't know, do you? You don't know the reason. The reason or no reason. No reason is scarier, isn't it? You think, just a random selection to kill people, just anybody, instead of having, oh, I have something that somebody. I mean, they did the movies many years ago where they said it was Prince Albert Victor, and the reason that he was hunting the women down was because one of them was pregnant or something. I don't for one moment believe that. I believe they were random. I think they were random. Anyone that can do that is not sane. Not sane. But all we can do is speculate. And and lizard people among us. Have you ever heard of lizard people? Yeah, I've heard the thing that lizard people control in high places. I'm not sure what to think of that, to be honest with you. I don't think they need to be lizard people. I think we have people, some people in high places are looking out for the people. Others are just looking out for themselves. So I don't think we need that, because we've already got people just as bad. If they're real, where did they come from? The center of the earth. I think there's a movie like that, right? Where they did come. I'm not sure about this one. What is that? David Icke, isn't it? David Icke that says that everyone, the royal family, presidents, and who knows what, are just really lizard people controlling the world. I'm not sure about that one. I'll take a little bit of convincing, I think. A little bit of convincing. Yeah, well, I did the Jack the Ripper tour, walked around. Where we are, we have the Madame Tussauds and the London Dungeons, and they have the Jack the Ripper events in there, so you can go through and walk down the streets, simulated like the streets of 1888, and now the London Dungeons have it's almost like you go through and they have actors going over the talking about the victims, and so it was really, really interesting. An interesting one for me is the Black Eyed Kids. Black Eyed Kids. Just look it up. Black Eyed Kids. Related are paranormal creatures that resemble children. That is a terrifying look. Absolutely. You don't need lizard people with Keir Starmer in control. There's not much on here about Black Eyed Kids. Black Eyed Kids, Black Eyed Children. So look here, Black Eyed Hell, Wikipedia. There was a horror film, Black Eyed Kids. Again, so they say it started off as a story. It's like a story, and say when Slender Man started off as a story as well, wasn't it? Become notorious, infamous. There's a series of films actually. Can't think of what they're called now. They knock on your door at night. If you invite them in, you get very sick and die. Oh. What's that old movie where they have the children and they are born like alien type things? And they have special powers and they take over. You can see my rack is empty here. All my DVDs are in storage at the minute because I should just have all my flooring done. But I've got it. Ask you to use your phone or say they're lost. People say they feel scared. Oh. If someone knocked on my door and they had black eyes, like in this picture I can see here, there's no way I'm letting them in my house. No way. No way. Village of the Damned, thank you so much. Yes. Village of the Damned. There was one that, as much as I love Christopher Reeve, I didn't like his version. There's the one before that, the original ones. I got the set, I've got the box set. And there's 2 or 3 movies. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. That's got to be based around that somewhere, definitely. That's got to have come from that. And as we were on, I'm going to find this other, running out of time. So anyway, I know this other, they don't show their eyes at first. They're like 6 to 13, and usually 2 kids knock on the door. The others wait in the dark. Ages 6 to 13. I'm going to find this. So I showed you earlier the picture of the brown lady, which is where I got an idea. I used that idea to create one of my stories called The Blue Lady. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead. There's another ghost picture. I'm going to show you. I've got to find it. So it's going to take me about a minute to find it. But this one, when I was a young kid, I was crazy for horror, ghosts, everything. You see my horror book there. And I had this ghost book as well. And it had this picture in there. And it was so spooky. This one was in there. This was one of them, which I often looked at. Plot twist is that I'm a vampire, so I'll let the black kids, black-eyed kids, in and then drink up their blood. Nice. Ghost photo. I don't know if I can get it out. Yeah, I got it straight away. Look at that. Straight away. Let's see if we can get this one up there. This is a really spooky picture. Look at this. I don't know if you've seen this one before, but you see the guy, he took this picture, and you see in the back there, he says that was, I don't know if it was his grandmother or his mother that died the week before. And there she is in the car. And it cannot be debunked. I don't know if they maybe might be able to look at it in better detail today, with the technology we have, especially with AI and how it can go into detail with things. Maybe, but this one I always looked at. It's like, my goodness. Let me get a better one up for you. There was a better one here. That's crazy. Let's look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that in the background. Imagine taking your own picture. And when you process the film, in the old days, we had to process films, but now, you see the picture. And in the back, you see that. That's insane. That is crazy. Of course, today we've got cameras and phones and everything. We should in theory be capturing these things on a regular basis. Well, we are. There's so many programs of ghosts and YouTube and things like that now. So interesting. But we need somebody to capture one full HD and interact with it. But I always remember I had this book, this ghost book, when I was a child. I had my horror books, and I had this ghost book, and there were all these images in it. All these images. That one, brown lady. Another one was there's quite a few that were really weird, and they couldn't be debunked. It was so fascinating. And and the Borley Rectory one, of course. The Borley Rectory was in there, and I managed to visit the Borley Rectory. Interesting. Good. So on that pleasant ending, I am going to say good evening and head off and have a relax, because it has been one heck of a ride this week. Been very, very busy, and I'm hoping it's going to be as busy next week. There's so much to get done. If it's busy next week, it means I'll get a lot of things done, which will be so good. And it should be great. Well, thank you for tuning in. That's quite interesting, the direction that we had a look at some photos. Don't forget those films, Dr. Sardinius and The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake. These movies are a must-watch. If you haven't watched them, I highly recommend. And maybe check out some information on Blickling Hall and the Brown Lady and the Ghostly Passenger is the name of the photo. Give those a look. Once again, thank you so much, my friends, for watching and joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure. Do hope you have an amazing week. Shelley, if you're watching this end bit, I don't know if you're still on. Hope you feel so much better. Thinking of you, and hope everyone. Kathy has been ill as well, so Kathy, hope you've been feeling a lot better. And look out, I'll be putting the Betrayal of Solana out this week. Make sure you look out for that. And yes, I will see you soon, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Chin chin.